Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Steam is running some awesome game deals right now, and I just want to highlight some of the fantastic stuff under the price of $5. Really, we don't have like a Steam sale running right now, but right now they've got a ton of great stuff at really low prices. So let's just get right into it. As always, links to everything in the description box below, so check that out if you want something quicker to digest. But first of all, we have Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. This is a fantastic action RPG with some stealth elements. Great story. This director's cut also includes some bonus content, so that's great. The game did come out a while ago, like 12 years ago, so a while. It might be putting it a little bit lightly, but it still holds up pretty well. The gameplay, again, is really strong, and you can really tackle the game in a multitude of different ways. It's just a really enjoyable game. There is a sequel, Mankind Divided, that's also on sale, but if you've never played any of the games, Human Revolution is a really good starting point, and definitely for $2.99, no-brainer there, and worthwhile picking that up. Next up, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, 84% off for $4.79 as a part of the Capcom Golden Week sale. This is a super challenging action RPG, open world action RPG with a good bit of depth to it. You know, it was a game that came out on PlayStation 3 back in, I want to say, 2012, and then it got a port to the PlayStation 4, and then we had a PC release. It might have been the PC release and then the PlayStation 4 release. I don't remember exactly, but this version includes the bonus content as well, the Dark Arisen expansion, and best of all, the main issue with the original PlayStation 3 release was from a technical standpoint, and those issues have been remedied with this release. It's not going to be for everyone. Again, it is fairly challenging. It sees some comparisons to like the Souls games, but super rewarding game as well, and a lot of, options in how you play this game as well. Definitely a different style though, but $4.79, great pickup there. Next up, we have Dust and Elysian Tale. This is a part of the Xbox Game Studios publisher sale. A gorgeous action platformer, Metroidvania style game. This is a game that came out, a decade ago, and it still looks fantastic. An action platformer with a pretty decent story as well. You've got a variety of different characters, a great look to it. I think the art style and the presentation is what really draws people into the game, and it has an overwhelmingly positive reception for a reason. It's a game that, when it came out, it was being talked about quite a bit, a decade removed from the release of the game. It's not as much in the news cycle, of course, but it's still a classic in my opinion, and for $2.99, can't go wrong with it. Definitely a worthwhile pickup there. Next up, gotta give a shout to Tomb Raider 2013. Man, oh man, is this a game that I absolutely loved. And I wasn't a big fan of the Tomb Raider games outside of the games that, came after this reboot came out. I guess you could say reboot, origin story, whatever you want to call it. I just feel like this is a really well-made game. And yes, in my opinion, Rise of the Tomb Raider is the best game in the franchise, but I think you should play the game sequentially, and Tomb Raider 2013 is still fantastic. Not a super lengthy game. We got a lot of open-world RPGs these days. Sometimes you'll want something a little bit more straightforward and to the point. It does have some, optional content, but even if you 100% the game, it's not going to take you a great deal of time. Pretty interesting story, kind of wacky for sure, but the gameplay is where the game shines, and it still holds up really strongly. I completed this game again not too long ago and still had a fantastic time with it. For the price that you're paying here at $2.99, no-brainer there. Definitely give it a look. Next up, we have This War of Mine, the Final Cut Edition. This War of Mine is a war story that's a very different kind of war story. When you typically play a war-based game, you're looking at games that make you feel like a powerful soldier, etc., etc. No, This War of Mine instead brings you forth the horrors of war and is an incredibly emotional and dark game. It's the struggle, you're struggling with lack of food, medicine, and constant danger from snipers and hostile scavengers, as noted. It's a game that really is a different kind of war game and a different kind of survival game. Definitely not for everybody, but if you want something that's a little bit more of a different style of war game, and again, more of a horror aspect to it as well, and a reality aspect, This War of Mine is an incredibly compelling game, and I would give it a look. At this price point of $3.99, great buy there. Next up, Supergiant Games' Bastion is 80% off for $2.99. Fantastic action title here. This is a game that came out all the way back in 2011 and still holds up fairly well. The art style has just aged incredibly gracefully, and it's a game that still looks fantastic. The gameplay is what it is. I wouldn't say like it's blow away, but it's a perfectly serviceable action title. Some good platforming elements as well, and overall just a really good game with an interesting narrative as well. Supergiant Games these days is obviously going to be, they're obviously going to be best known for Hades, and credit to them for Hades, but Bastion is a great title as well, and for this price, $2.99, no-brainer there. Definitely give it a look. Next up, Sunset Overdrive, 75% off for $4.99. This is also part of the Xbox Game Studios publisher sale, and interestingly enough, this game was developed by Insomniac Games, which is firmly within the PlayStation ecosystem now. This is an incredibly over-the-top open-world action-adventure game. Now, these days, Insomniac and open world, you're thinking Marvel Spider-Man, but a lot of the infrastructure for that was kind of set in place by Sunset Overdrive, which I believe was Insomniac's first open-world game. You're not getting into this game for an incredibly compelling narrative. No, you're getting into this for the wacky, humorous gameplay, and that is absolutely there. It's a game that you're not going to take too seriously, but if you want a game that just exemplifies fun, you're going to get that with Sunset Overdrive, and for this price, yeah, no-brainer there. Next up, do want to give a shout to both Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Now, Dishonored 1 is $2.49. If you do want to pick up the Definitive Edition, that's 80% off for $3.99. That includes the bonus DLC content. $1.50 more, you might as well get that. Dishonored 2, on the other hand, great price on this, being 85% off for $4.49. Both games are really good. I would play Dishonored 1 first and then jump into Dishonored 2. But yeah, both games are really solid, incredibly compelling action, stealth titles. You can play these games a variety of different ways as well, with Dishonored being a game that you can play action heavy, or you can take the more methodical, slow-paced approach, which I believe most people are going to side with that being the way to play these games. But great prices on these titles. Arcane did a great job with them, and hopefully after Redfall comes out, and however that game does, they do decide to do a Dishonored 3 at some point. There is Death of the Outsider as well. You can pick that up at some point, but you know, for now, Dishonored 2 is a great buy. There is also a Prey and Dishonored 2 bundle. That's like low-key a fantastic price. It's 86% off for $8.49, which works out to, what, $4.25? Yeah, $4.25 a game, so you know, you'll save a little bit there, which is quite good. And Prey is going for $6, so it can't standalone make this list, but nevertheless, that's a great game as well. Lastly, do want to give a quick shout out to Portal 2, 90% off for 99 cents. It's Portal 2. I'm not into puzzle games, but this game is an incredibly well-designed puzzle game with a little bit of charm to it as well, a little bit of humor. Portal is just an incredibly enjoyable game, and it's a game that everybody should really have in their library. You probably should just pick up the Portal bundle if you don't have Portal 1 either. That is 93% off for $1.48. You'll get Portal 2 and Portal 1. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a ton of great deals available over at Steam right now. Links to all of these deals in the description box below, but that is going to do it for me. Always a nice time to go over some of the super cheap games available on Steam. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.